Alright guys, welcome back to Torpedoes and Tarantulas. It is time to rehouse the tarantula that we did the enclosure for in the previous video. If you didn't see that, go back and watch it. Really short time-lapse video of me making up this enclosure. But for right now, we're going to get that tarantula somewhere down in that cork bark. There's some feet. Out and into its new enclosure. So I'm going to get set up and figure out how I'm going to get this thing out. Don't go anywhere. Let's rehouse the tarantula. Okay, so I have been thinking on it for a couple of minutes here, and I think the best way to start to get this tarantula out is to excavate a lot of this substrate out around the cork bark. The cork bark is all the way down into the bottom of the enclosure, so I mean it's buried halfway, and the tarantula is inside the cork bark. I thought about pulling the cork bark out, but then I thought all this substrate would possibly cave in on it, freak it out, then we would have a bolt. Don't want that, so I think what I'm going to do is excavate a bunch of that stuff out around the cork bark and then go from there. You guys don't want to see me do any digging, so I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I've gotten most of the substrate out, and the cork bark was not buried all the way to the bottom of the enclosure, just about to right down here. So the T is right down in this area. A lot less dirt to fall on it, but it's probably still going to be some substrate falling. But I'm going to go ahead and get the camera set up, and we are going to try to get this thing out of here. And fingers crossed it goes well, that my smooth rehouse streak keeps going, but I'm not sure. Let me get my tools. Let's get this thing rehoused. Alright, I've got my catch bottle ready. The first thing I'm going to do is remove this cork bark, hopefully exposing the tarantula. At the same time, I'm going to keep the lid of this enclosure ready just in case it decides to bolt. You can tell by the setup that this is an arboreal tarantula. And it's hanging out of the bottom of the cork bark. There it goes. Okay. Alright. This is an arboreal tarantula. It's also an old world arboreal. And some of you experienced keepers may already recognize some of the markings. This is one of the Poecilotheria species. This tarantula just molted probably a couple of weeks ago. So it's in pretty bad need of a new house. So let's see if I can get it out and into the bottle. My stick may not be long enough. Let's see. Starting to come. There we go. There we go. Up into the bottle. Look at those yellow colors, guys. That is wild. So far, so good. Let me get the enclosure out of the way. And here we go. Let me turn off the flash so we don't have that really bad glare. There it is, guys. This is my Poecilotheria ornata. We'll get a better look of it here in a minute. Let me get everything else set up, and let's try to put it in its new home. So this is going to be the best look that we can get from in the bottle. And the only thing that I hate about this darn bottle is all of the glare, but there is my recently molted Poecilotheria ornata. This tarantula right here I got from Nature's Exquisite Creatures, gosh, over a year ago or more. And I'll explain the story while I put it in its new home. Let me get repositioned. Alright, so what I want to do now is, normally I would just put the bottle onto the cork bark, poke the tarantula down in there, but I don't want it going straight into its cork bark, so hopefully we can get another look at it. I'm going to try to poke it in here. Hang on, let me put the top on first, just so we don't have a bolt out of the top. This rehouse has been going pretty smooth. It would suck if it ended badly. Okay, so now we are just going to try to coax it into the new enclosure. Now, I got this, like I said, from Nature's Exquisite Creatures quite a while back. I got on their website and I ordered a Poecilotheria rufilata. Got an email back a couple of days later saying that the rufilata that they had, that was nice and smooth and easy and slow, and it has just hunkered down right there at the entrance of its enclosure. That the rufilata that they had, they only had one in stock and that it had been sold. At the expo they were at that weekend, a familiar sounding story for me. And would I like a Poecilotheria ornata? I told her initially I did not want a Poecilotheria ornata because I had my heart set on the rufilata, and at the time I wasn't really interested in an ornata or any other Poecilotheria except for the rufilata. And then after talking to a friend of mine, he convinced me to take it, and I thought, sure, I'll take it. And then later on, I can trade it or sell it or something like that. But since I've had it, it's really started to kind of grow on me. I really wish that it would open up a little bit for us so we could see it, but it's not going to do that, and I'm not going to provoke it too much. Hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more of it in some future videos, but there we go, another smooth rehousing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you'll let me know with a thumbs up and a comment. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, do that. Share this video with your friends. Guys, take care of yourselves and each other. I hope you have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. Thanks so much for watching. God bless.